The opinions expressed in the following program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.
Hello, West Michigan. This is Grand Tap Media Business TV. My name is Pamela Keim, your host. The spirit of the show is to introduce West Michigan to all the businesses, nonprofits, individuals that can help us thrive in our lives. We have a very special guest today, and you might have seen her on my show last year, but she is accompanying with RC Caylan, who is a world-renowned designer that lives here in West Michigan. All right, we want to welcome Carla Ludwig. She is the president and founder of Hope for Single Moms, and she's going to be here today to talk about the upcoming event, Fashion for the Future, and what it's going to do with West Michigan families.
Hi, Pamela. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you, Ann. And RC Caylan, thank you for being here.
Thank you.
All right, I know you've been on my show before,
I'm
happy to have you back, and we're part of this event that's coming up. But for our audience today that maybe doesn't know what you do, Hope for Single Moms, a charity that you founded, let's talk about what is Hope for Single Moms and what do you guys have coming up?
So Hope for Single Moms was started based on one of my own daughter's experience as a single mom, and she did not have the resources, and so I decided to fix that. So what we do is we give women the opportunity to move from poverty to prosperity by removing the barriers they have to getting that career education. And so many of these moms are working minimum wage jobs, which doesn't pay the bills, and so with a community of donors and volunteers, we make it happen.
Well, when I met you and you shared about your daughter's story, she was in college. She was on the track of getting her degree, and then she had this situation happen. Can you share, like, you said that when she became a mother, you discovered some of the barriers that these single moms experience, and you kind of glossed over that a little bit in the beginning. But can you share a little bit what you discovered on some of these women?
Sure. You know, so when you look at going to college, you know, we all have this experience of, you know, going to class and having groups that work on projects and doing homework and evening lectures by guest professors. Well, daycare is 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. Your kid gets sick, and it kind of all goes down the drain. And so what we've done here in West Michigan is just try to build a network of support so that women who are going to college or trade school will be able to study, will be able to actually enjoy some personal time. We make sure they get family time and take a challenging situation and try to be their second family.
Can you share a little bit? The women just come here and you're trying to get what out of them? The career path that is best for them to be able to provide for their child and stay out of poverty. Is that correct? Or
right.
What is that process?
You know, before we actually take on a client, we want to make sure that she's set up for success. And so we really try to evaluate her situation: stable housing, somewhat stable transportation, debts, addictions. You know, there's a whole host of things that can sidetrack you when you're trying to be a student. So if they're, you know, less encompassing, then we will help deal with building that strong foundation. If it requires a little more time and a little more expertise, then we refer them to the area social services, organizations, businesses that we partner with to get them that help they need. Because once they take on going to school and parenting, we want to make sure they're set up for success.
Right.
And so that also means constant communication, because kids get sick, tests come, and so they have a weekly call with a mentor and just kind of update where you're at, how's life, because, you know, no one likes to ask for help.
Right.
So, you know, and I so often hear, well, you're already doing so much already, and I hate to ask you for one more thing. And that's where the mentor can go in and go, how's your week going? what went well, what didn't go well. And through that conversation, find out, is there a need that we can help them address?
So you say your daughter, how is she doing?
She's doing great.
Okay.
She graduated from college
Okay.
with high honors on the same day her daughter turned 5.
Okay.
My granddaughter is now 10, almost 11 this December, and my daughter got married in 2019.
Nice.
So
It is a very successful story, and I'm sure other people want to have that outcome. And I know that it takes a lot of money, I would say, or it takes a lot of resources to get them to a certain level, because you plug them in with other resources that are available,
Absolutely,
right?
absolutely.
So it's not all that hopes, but there is a part that you help pay for the education, and they help trying to find them safe housing.
Right.
You know, and then of course transportation to get back and forth. The things that we take for granted, even as couple, we don't realize what those costs are.
So there's always an unmet tuition need, even after the Pell Grant, even after direct and indirect student loans. There's still almost, generally speaking, at least $1,000 unmet tuition need. That doesn't include books, parking if they're going to class, you know. And the other thing is that, you know, we don't say, oh, good, you graduated, good luck. No, we actually work with them, help them transition into the workforce, make sure they have clothes that they can do interviews. We have people that help them with interview skills, writing resumes, have a few work clothes. So, you know, it's not a quick fix. You've heard the thing, teach a man to fish. Well, we really believe in teaching women to fish so that they can become financially independent and have thriving children.
Well, I know that you have some success stories, and you're going to be sharing that.
Yeah.
And you're here today to raise money for this great mission. And we are so happy this year. We have RC Caylan. I'm a part of the Fashion for the Future, which is a charity event. It's going to be a fashion show. It's going to be a fun night, right? So
Absolutely.
Share that and introduce RC, because we're so happy to have you here so we can raise some money for this mission.
Yeah, so it's going to be such a fabulous event, and having RC is just taking it all up to another level, so we're really privileged to work with him. But guests will be able to enjoy some beer and wine. They can then go ahead, and we have some silent auction items from $100 to $1,000, from sports to music. You name it, we probably have something for you there.
Right.
And we will be serving a buffet dinner.
Okay.
And
Nice.
we have 3 local businesses that will be showing their fashions prior to the main event here. And so RC and I met. We're both Grand Rapids Chamber members. And when I met with people at the Chamber and told them what I was doing, they said I needed to talk to him. And I'm like, okay, I'm pretty small, but he was so gracious. We had a wonderful conversation. And
I think a lot of people, as we're looking out at West Michigan, it's like, who are you? If you look him up on YouTube, you would quickly discover who he is. But living here in West Michigan and know that you got your education at Grand Rapids Community College, and that just blew me away when we shared that. But share a little bit, who are you, RC Caylan? Because I think people have no idea that you are in our community and what the success that you have had in your career coming from here, and you're all over the world. But share a little bit who you are, and that camera tell people, who are you?
Well, thank you for having me, and thank you. Yes, before I'm going to tell you exactly who I am, I'm very, as well, I'm honored and that you asked me to be part of this charity show. And yeah, so I am RC Caylan. I am the creative director, fashion designer, and founder of my own namesake brand, RC Caylan Atelier, which I am located now at Bread Village Mall here in Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I graduated in Grand Rapids Community College, but you know what? I don't really believe in where you're coming from. It does not defy you, or it does not hinders you to achieve your goals and dreams in life. You know, all you can do is like keep motivating yourself, keep working hard, dedicate all of your work to the passion that what you love to do. So in my case, I'm staying here in Grand Rapids because I do believe that, you know, by being the first and able to help the future emerging fashion designers, the young ones, the young talents, help them to show that there is a way. That even though we're coming from the West Michigan, it's a little town, it's not known for fashion.
Right.
But then again, we can be out there in the world and share the stage from the biggest brands in the world. So I have been doing a lot of New York Fashion Weeks 3 times, and I've been Fashion Week in LA, and Arab Fashion Week in Dubai, and I've been in Paris Fashion Week on last March, and then I'm gonna have my second show in Paris Fashion Week this coming September 30. So with that being said, it's really important to me that I'm able to help and at least uplift the kind of, when you are going towards to your dream, reaching that out, and you get lost because you don't know which avenue or which resources that you can get from here in our city. So I am proud to say that I'm able to do that and opening up internship.
you
Student,
do?
yes,
Oh.
I do. So it helps them to see the real world of the industry. And then also, I've not been here for a long time. I'm only less than 10 years. This is my 7th year.
Okay.
But with that being said, 7th year, I already dressed up more than 100 celebrities, Hollywood celebrities. For example, we have Carrie Inaba, Carrie Underwood. I have Helen Hunt. I have Anne H. R.I.P.
Yes.
Rest in peace, Anne H. I was privileged and honored to have dressed her up like twice. So R.I.P. Also, many more. Like there's a lot of them that they're like big stars in Hollywood, and for me to be able to penetrate the Hollywood industry with that short period of time, I'm one of those fortunate enough that I was able to do that. Yeah.
What I was saying about the past, but I think I was more on what you can achieve with the right training. And coming from West Michigan, we always look at that as like, we always want to learn. Like, okay, you do designs for Hollywood. You've gone to Paris. You've gone to Dubai. You go to some of these things that you can check all this out on YouTube and all the fashion show. But you dress the most beautiful women in the world, and your design. Where does those ideas? I mean, how long does it take you to have designing like that? I mean, you lay in bed and I'm like, oh my gosh. But you know what I mean? Like writing.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, where is that?
So my process is every collection is different. Most of my inspirations are coming from, I love nature, I love real life story, I like anything about nature,
Okay.
about the environment, whatever season it is. I like the cloudy, the muggy, like all the kinds of things. So those are the parts of my inspirations, aside from the designers that I inspired to be. So yeah, every collection is different. So my process to that is I always collect first what could be a great collection in the
Okay.
next season. So I collect it all through and put it in my head, in my brain, and then when I feel like I'm confident and I'm able to draw them or in sketch form, then that's when I'm gonna start sketching and the color palette and what's gonna be the new colors for the next season. So I have to investigate all of that and get more information. So, and then when all that I already get all the information from what's gonna be the color of the year for the next 6 months or the next year, then that's
What
when
is going to be the color of the year? Coming up.
it's a
You're
lot.
it's
It's
what?
a lot. It's a lot. There's 6 of them. So there's a darker hues, but they're still vibrant. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Right.
So they're darker but vibrant. So there's gonna be a lot of pastel as well. It's gonna be reintroduced this next year. So again, it really depends on the season. And then when I feel that I already have sketches set, then that's when I'm gonna source the fabric. So I'm gonna source each look has to be, they're all cohesive. So the best part of creating a collection, it's not the best part, but it's my best part for me. You know what I mean? So, but it's hard work. It's a lot of work. It's a lot of process, and it's a lot of things that you have to really put into a priority. Because when there's one thing that will not going to do great on your collection, that everything fails. You know what I mean? And for me as a designer, I'm not only designer, like a lot of people that come to me that didn't know that I exist here in West Michigan, and they come to my store, to my atelier, and they said like, no, I can't wear your dress because it's too like, you know, they're all like model size. No, I am a designer. So I'm here to help you.
So I want you to share with the audience, what is it that when they walk into your store, you're looking at them and you're going to design, or you're going to get them the fashion that fits their body. You know how women,
Yes.
women are too hard on themselves. Wouldn't you agree when they're looking in the mirror?
Yes, and that's why, you know, that's my job. Letting them know that, you know what, it's not actually a big problem. That's why you're coming in the right place.
Right.
Because I'm the person that can help that. You know, to reduce those kind of feelings and emotions that you're feeling that you're the best of you. But for me, I'm only enhancing it. You already have it within you.
Right.
All I do is enhancing it and making sure that you'll be able to go out there to your event that you're going. If I'm going to create a one-of-a-kind piece for your event, then that's the time that, you know, you will be there and you're going to be shining. You know what I mean?
And what is part of that? I know I watched with your models walking down the catwalk and the runway and whatever. It's just that they were so glowing with just, you know, they were just so, I don't know how to describe it. It's like they walked with such grace. And I know they were beautiful women. But what part is that into showing off your fashion, is to walk with grace and like, you know what? With confidence.
Yes.
You know
I mean,
what?
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, but I mean, you know, everything that we do, we do have, like, for example, your job. You research a lot of things for you to be able to, like, introduce well or say well or ask question really well of your guests that you have invited. Right. But the same thing with me, like when I do a model casting, I have to make sure that all this models that going to work for my show or any runway show, any brands or any designers, you know, brands that for the runway show, we have to make sure that this models can be able to really showcase, not only showcasing the actual garment itself, you know, because that's their job, right, to model it, you know, not like, you know, but yeah, I mean, I am very selective in terms of models, also in terms of my collection.
Okay.
So every season is different kind of vibes. So I have to make sure that they fit on my my collection. So it's not that you're always pretty and you're always gonna be get in. You know, it's not all about just being pretty face.
Okay.
Yeah, it's more about, like, you know, for example, like me, I'm very specific in terms of models that I'm gonna get in for every collection, so it really varies.
I do want to encourage your viewers. I went in to see
share
what
that experience.
Yeah,
Carla.
so you know, I just thought, how cool would it be if I could wear an RC outfit? Mm-hmm. And so I was, you know, a little hesitant to ask, but I emailed him. So. And, you know, he remembered the email and said, so do you want to try on some dresses? And I'm one of those women who are not necessarily always comfortable with my body. And I can tell any of you ladies, men out there who think you kind of want to do it, but you're not so sure, he has the most fabulous staff.
Thank you.
They help me get the dresses on, and I'm like, oh, you know, some of them didn't fit. And they were like so encouraging about it, and I did not feel one bit uncomfortable. So if you're thinking, oh, I couldn't do it, trust me, he has the right people to make you feel good, and he has the right outfits, just like he said, to make you look your best.
Thank you.
Yeah,
So you'll have to come to the
Is it pull
back.
down or is it, what is it?
Surprise.
Yeah.
Come on.
You have to get your ticket in order
It's a
to see
couture
it.
You're
piece.
going to have to get a ticket to see your fashion. And then are you going to, so give me us a little bit of what are we expecting on this thing? Are we going to get a sneak peek of some of this fashion, or we have to wait?
Well, I
for
didn't
the
know if he was
design?
going to reveal anything, but my dress, you'll have to wait.
Okay.
You will see beautiful pieces, and they're also new. They are my fall winter collection, 2022.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's
Right.
very recent, the one that I just showcased in Paris Fashion Week.
Right, that was cool.
Last March.
Yeah.
So you will see some of those pieces, and you will see some other too. So it's gonna be a great event, and I'm looking forward to September 8th. And hopefully, if you haven't got your ticket yet, go to Hope for Single Moms website, and you can purchase your ticket there. And I'm looking forward for a fabulous night, and be looking at you guys for best way you can be. And if you don't have dress yet, you still have time to come to the store. Again, I'm located at Breton Village Mall, so you're more than welcome to come in, and we'll see what we can find for you to the right fit for you, what you're looking for. Then
Yeah.
we'll see you there.
You know, and you will be available for some pictures afterwards, right?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We'll have a banner of some sort. People
At the event?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
There's some
Yeah.
pictures afterwards. I know you're going to be super trying to keep it all together in the beginning, but I'm sure there's some people who would love to meet you and ask you some. I'm sure you get asked questions. Have you ever gone to a party and you feel like the women ever say, "I feel like, how does this look? Do you think this looks good on me?"
Of course.
They
I mean,
ask that.
it's
kind of like Kevin. Martha Stewart once shared. She said nobody invites her over to a dinner party because they can't measure up to her. But do you feel like when you go out there that women always say to me, "Yeah, I don't even want to know what you think of my outfit."
Yeah, but I mean, I think it's a natural, how was the word? It's a natural way that we always, what do you call that?
Feel
Like,
judged.
we're critical to
Yeah.
ourselves. You know what I mean?
Right.
We are always critical. Even me, myself. Like, I know, but again,
I
my
have
job.
psychiatrist friends, and I always worry about when I'm having conversations with them. They think I'm
That's
alone.
probably a
You know
different
what-
one, because
you
the
know what I
psychiatrist is
mean?
like, you're thinking what you're thinking. I was like, no.
No,
Yeah.
I don't even think, I'm like, you probably think I'm a loon, you know, and I joke around that.
Yeah.
But okay, so I'm gonna ask you just a couple more things about, we'll get back to the show really to wrap this up, but I wanted to ask you for the people who are out there that may not be at the show, or maybe feel like, this is way out of my comfort zone. But I would ask you, I'm gonna be downsizing. I'm an organizer come in on Wednesday. I'm biting the bullet, getting rid of half my stuff I never wear. But I mean, what would be some of it, if you were looking at, what would be the staple of something to have keep in their closet? Is it a cocktail dress, black? That's always was the go-to whenever you wanted to wear something. Give us a little fashion advice, what we should have in our closet.
You know what? Again, it's a very individual thing. It's a personal thing. Whether it is your liking, your personality, your charisma, the way you present yourself in your daily basis. What more important for you downsizing is take and save those things that you feel that this has the value, being the memories that, oh, I wore this in this birthday, I wore this in this gala. So those are the things that for me personally I would encourage you to keep them rather than giving them away, because those are the pieces that has memories to it. So to me,
So
again,
everybody should keep their prom dress?
oh yeah, you'll never know. Maybe one of your, I don't know, like.
I have lots of long dresses. I went to a lot, well, pre-COVID, I went to a lot more of fundraising.
Yes.
So I'm so happy to get this one, to be at this one and dress up. Every woman wants to dress up and feel pretty.
Exactly.
That never goes away,
No.
correct?
No.
Never. And then to wear the gowns that I see your models wearing them. You can visualize yourself. Wouldn't that just be absolutely beautiful to be into that? But I just need to, there's certain things I mean,
Yes.
a white blouse, crisp, is always good. It goes with everything. I'm trying to think of things I could use, but every time, if I haven't worn it in 3 to 5 years, I can't count COVID because it's been a nightmare.
Right.
But I really need to move on and
Yes.
try to get a few. They always say, and you correct me if I'm wrong. They always you need to add just a couple new pieces every year with your foundation, and you can dress that
Yep.
black dress up or dress that skirt up just with a new blazer. Would you not agree with that?
Yes,
or-
definitely. Speaking of new blazer, come to the store and visit my store, and you
Right.
will
Yeah.
see. I do also customize a lot of suits for women and men. So I have a lot of things. I mean, in whatever it is that you're looking for, I can certainly help you
Thank
to
you
create
so
and
much.
bring it
We're so
to
excited
reality.
about having you here.
Oh,
It's
I
gonna
am
moving
too. Thank you so
our,
much.
It's going to move our. Well, we love it. It's going to jump us to say, you know what? We're going to raise some money for a great cause. All right, so we're wrapping this up. So I want you to really bit. We didn't get a chance to share who's going to be some of the local celebrities that are going to be there, and we want to thank a couple of the sponsors that have helped put this together, and what people are going to, kind of what they expect when they get there. You know, it's going to be, like I said, it's 3 levels. It's going to be a great
Yep.
event.
It's at the New Vintage Place. It has 3 levels. They have this, the longest bar I've ever seen.
It is the longest bar I've ever seen.
It's a very cool place. It used to be, I believe, a power plant, and so now it's a venue mostly for weddings.
Okay.
And so we are going to take over all 3 levels, and so people are going to go up to the 3rd floor, and we will be having a buffet dinner for them, as well as silent auction items that have been donated by local businesses as well as individuals. And like I said, we have everything under the sun available. And then we'll head to the 2nd floor, which is where the fashion show will take place. And so we're happy to have Georgie's Consignment back, Jurgens Hopler back, and the designer trunk show. And then our moms will be wearing dresses from Second Dance, and their kids are going to be wearing clothes from Snapdragon Children's Boutique. And so we're very grateful to these businesses.
The finale for our show.
And then, yes, then we'll have a break, and then the main event will happen. But you'll get to meet all of our clients and their children, and you will fall in love with them just like I do, because they're wonderful people working so hard. And it is a privilege to have donors and volunteers' confidence, as well as the confidence and trust of the women I get to work with, to help make a difference in their lives, to help their children grow up stronger, happier, doing better in school. And that just leaves West Michigan a better place.
Right, and we have, you know, some of the celebrities besides RC Caylan. We're going to have, like I said, Miss Michigan.
Yep.
Right.
Paige Rubleski. We have Terri DeBoer is going to be modeling, so that's fun. It's her first year this year. We have Tony Rubleski back.
We're going to have my husband's doing it again. I know he's not as famous as everybody else, but he's loved that.
He is.
Colleen, who's on our committee, that's going to be there. So it's going to be some fun. People that they see on TV, and Jennifer Firestein is going to be our MC.
She's back
this year,
again.
so she is on TV also. All right, and then besides that, let's give thanks for a couple of our sponsors that are really have put this together.
Yeah, so our main sponsor has been Life Center Dentistry, and very much appreciate them being the event sponsor. But we have
he supports this mission. Right?
He does, and we also have Ashley Home Stores. We have Meyer. We have Berger Chevrolet. Amway, Hospitality, AHC. He was able, and
yeah, there's a many more you can go and get.
Go to the website, and you can see all the people who've come on board, and even more. And so we just would love to have everyone thank them by visiting their businesses, and we really appreciate their support.
All right, thank you so much. Liz, one more time before we wrap this up. Go to Hope for Single Moms
Yes.
to get your tickets today.
You can go Hope for Single Moms, hsmgr.org, look under events, or you can go to our Facebook page, Hope for Single Moms, and you can get your tickets there.
All right, we want to thank RC Caylan for being
Thank
here
you so
today,
much.
helping us raise money for Hope for Single Moms, being part of this mission. I can't wait to see your fashion. Walking down the runway, I really, it's been exciting. And then, of course, my dear friend, Carla Ludwig, who is the president and founder of Hope for Single Moms. This is Pamela Keim from Grand Tap Media Business TV. And join us on the Fashion for the Future. Find the details, of course, at Hope for Single Moms. And we will see you next time. Take care, everyone.
The opinions expressed in the preceding program are those of the producer and not necessarily those of WKTV Community Media.